And welcome back to another vlog this morning. Today we are going to be working on something that I have been putting off for probably weeks, and that is cleaning up of the intake manifold on my Pajero. I did remove the EGR valve last weekend to have a little bit of a look, and I was not happy with what I saw. So we're going to get into it today. I have got a bit of a late start, so we're going to jump straight into it and let's see what we find. Alright, so a bit of an update. We've managed to take a lot of this off, and let me just show you where we're at. So I've managed to get the top of the intake manifold off, and I'm a little bit surprised because I thought I had the intake manifold where the bottom splits open, so this is going to be a little bit different. I've loosened the nuts for the injectors, so those are a little bit out. I've released the intake, the line for the diesel coming into the fuel manifold. So next up, remove all of this so that I can get to that. But here is the intake manifold, and it's not as dirty as what I was expecting it to be. So we do have some gunk inside there. Front is nice and clean, and if I spin that around, you can see there's a little bit in the back there. So there we are. Hello Zara. Hello Zara. We have success. I'm not even mad about what I found. So here is the intake, and if I can get the camera in there, it's really not that bad at all. I almost want to say that it was a waste to put it all apart. There's the intake manifold, pretty clean overall, I'm not going to lie. So next up, what we're going to do is I'm going to get the oven cleaner to spray inside there. We're going to clean it out anyway now that it's here. I struggled my butt off to break the seal from the intake manifold off the head. The rubber seal obviously I don't think it's ever come off before, and I sort of had to like pry it, hit it with a hammer, and both this camera and the GoPro went dead. So I don't know how much you're going to see, so yeah, we'll put it in there, but going to get that cleaned up. And then next to come off is the valve cover. Also never come off before. I checked all the factory markings with the little pink lines and everything like that, and it does not appear that this has ever come off. So 193,000 kilometers, and the valves have never been set. They sound a little bit noisy to me, but who am I to judge? So I'm going to open it up, have a look, and what I will do is either in the description below, or I'm going to show it here on the screen. I will show you how to get your TDC, as well as which valves to check at which rotation. So you've got to set it TDC, check some of the valves, rotate it 360 so that you've got piston 4 on TDC, and then check the valve clearances again. And hopefully this is all going to be back together within a couple of hours, and it wasn't going to be as difficult as I thought it was. Really, right now, the worst of it has been getting the intake manifold off. I don't know, it was just difficult to get off. Alright, let's get cracking. So I'm just going to try this Mr. Muscle oven cleaner, and it says to wear gloves and leave it for 20 minutes, and if you get it onto your skin, wash your hands and skin repeatedly for 20 minutes with water. So I don't have gloves, so I'm just going to make use of my Spark packet. Let's leave it for 20 minutes, and hopefully I'll come back to this thing being spick and span, and all I need to do is rinse it off with water and it can slap it back in. Let's see. I seem to be doing a lot of fighting with batteries today. My GoPro went and died on me as well, so I don't know how much you've got. But over here, what we've been busy with is we've been getting to TDC, little markings on the front here, match up with there, and I've got the diagram. There's definitely a little bit too tight over here. These ones are too loose. This one's over here, need a little bit of tightening, the one at the back as well. So we can do that. But in the meantime, I've had the engine or the oven cleaner sitting in here, and you can see it's doing a fabulous job of getting rid of all that gunk. But I still think that this is definitely not the worst that I've seen, and I think what's happened here is that the previous owner blocked off the EGR valve soon after they got it. But I'm going to whack the high pressure cleaner through there. Let's get that clean so that can start drying, so that I can get busy with the valve clearances, because I don't know what this weather's going to do, but one moment it's sunny, one moment it's shining, and I need those to dry 100% before I can put them back in. So let's get to it. So the oven cleaner worked pretty well, but they weren't joking when they said if you get it on your skin it does burn a bit. But yeah, it's got it clean. It's not 100% yet, so we're going to throw a little bit of brake cleaner in there, a little bit of a scrubbing brush, get the last bits out. But overall, made my life a lot easier. So that's the upper intake, and this is the lower section, and this probably had much better results. It's a lot cleaner on the inside. Yeah, I'm happy. So a little bit more scrubbing, it's ready to go back in. So off camera, these received a little bit more love with a little bit of brake cleaner, and got them a little bit cleaner. Make sure that you catch all your brake cleaner, and that is disgusting in a container. But yeah, I'm happy with how this is. Is it spotless? No, it's not, but it will do. One of the recommendations I do have is that if you're going to do the same sort of thing, and you know somebody with an aqua blaster or something like that, it'll make that job so much better. I've washed my hands like 6 times already, and I'm still getting grease everywhere from that. So we're now going to shift our focus a little bit. I want to make sure that I can get all the valve clearances checked. Some of them are a little bit out, but I have put it onto TDC. You can see the timing marks on the front there. If the camera will focus, they line up with there. So this is one of those procedures that not many people like to do, because to do it you've got to remove all of this except for the intake manifold to get it off. So I decided, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone and do it all while we've got it off. So I'm going to put you onto a time lapse. Let's get the rest of them done. Oh man, what a mission. Had a bit of a blunder, but managed to sort it out. So I had my old man come here and help me as I was rotating the crank. And when I got to the 360-degree rotation to do the other exhaust and intake valves, I realized that I'd got my intake and exhaust sides swapped around. I'm used to working on Suzuki motors where the intake is on the driver's side and the exhaust on the opposite side. So anyway, had to go back and do it, but we are all set and ready to rock and roll now. All valves are checked on both sides. I'm happy. Going to put everything back together. They weren't too bad. A couple of them that were a little bit too loose, and some of them that were just too tight on the intake side. There was 1 or 2 that I couldn't even get a 0.1mm feeler gauge inside there, and I would highly recommend, if you guys are going to be doing this, to get the feeler gauges that have the kick up at the end. Makes it a little bit easier, probably going to be a lot easier to get inside here. I struggle a little bit, especially on the exhaust side over here, because you can't really get in with all of this in the way. So this side, on the intake side, it's fine. If you've got straight feeler gauges, you put them in and off you go. But on this side, you're going to bump into all of this stuff over here, and I really don't feel like taking all of that off. So anyway, that is it. Next up, I am going to clean up on the intake manifold over here. A little bit of dirt and grime, we're going to clean that up, put that back in, and then I think that it's probably time to stop for some lunch. So we'll see you now. So we are making progress. Valve cover on. I have gone ahead and cleaned up on the intake ports over here as well. Not very dirty, just took a little bit of brake cleaner, put those in. I have got a new, wait, let me show you. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. I did go and get a new intake gasket. Everybody says you can reuse this one, and I must admit, if I didn't have the new one, I probably would reuse of the OEM one. There's nothing really wrong with it, other than it's a little bit bent and buckled from when I took it off now. But I think that just because I have the new one, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And these are nicely cleaned up. I did put the hairdryer in there just to get rid of the little bit of water that was sitting inside there. Don't tell Lindy, because it's her hairdryer. but I am running out of daylight hours, so I am going to pop all of this on quickly, reassemble. I don't need to show you guys that. It's really just the reversal of everything that I did when I was taking it all off. So next time you see me, I may be starting my Pajero. And just like that, we have it all back together. Sound a bit like Chris Fix there. So I'm not even going to tell you how much time has passed. I got stuck with one little 10mm bolt on one of the brackets that goes under the manifold, and there were so many times where I was just about to throw and go like, you know what, it's not needed there, and perseverance, we managed to get it in. So we've buttoned everything up, cleaned out the throttle body, new intake is in. Well, clean intake manifold is in. Everything is sealed, I hope, and we shall test it shortly to see if we have any leaks. But everything is in. The last thing that needs to happen, and look how awesome my wife is. She brought me some lunch, although it is 5:30 already. This here is the EGR, and you can see all that stuff there ends up in your engine, and that is why we block off the EGR. So yes, I'm going to clean that out. No, that would not have ended up in the engine, because somebody did do an EGR blanking plate, if I can pick it up, and this is just what it is, literally just a piece of plate where you just block it all off. So I'm going to clean that out quickly, slap it all on and button it up, and then hopefully next time I see you, the car is running. And that is it, folks. She is alive, she is kicking. I did have one small problem, and that was one of the gaskets on the intake manifold between the upper and the lower chamber had slipped out. I don't know how I missed it. It slipped out, so only half of it was in, so I had a bit of a vacuum sound, and I was like, something doesn't sound right. Picked that up, undid it quickly, put it all back together, and she is purring better than before.